Hello. Oh, hi. We get another comic review. Yay! Another comic review of, as I throw it all over, we're Beyond the Grid. What? Number 34. It's late. I know. Let's get to it. We go Beyond the Grid with Mighty Morphin 34, and you know something big is on the way. When last we left our heroes, they morphed. What? Glitchy. Little glitchy. But they morphed because they're like, there's no morphing grid here. How is this possibly a thing? I have no idea. Torona, can you hear me? They're, you know, Corone, tell the special munitions we're gonna need to wake up an old friend. So they're morphed. You can clearly see there's a lot of stuff going on. You know, you may not have noticed the giant red hologram of the Imperial Space Tyrant, but there's a trace of energy. What in the name of... They figured, or at least they're pretty much figuring out, the Solarix is a piece of the morphing grid itself. This is how much morphin grid lore and the fact that Beast Morphers is going to have stuff about the morphin grid. I can't wait. Morph my grid, guys. I am ready to go with whatever they're going to give us for all of this. Cam, how can you have a piece of the morphin grid? It's like saying you have a slice of gravity or a pound of time. Like, you can't measure time in a pound. This isn't how it works. The morphin grid isn't something that's physical. And yet, here it is. So they're realizing that the Solarix is actually a piece itself. At least this is their theory, which I'm going to go with. It's actually a piece of the morphin grid itself. Now, of course, the Praetor comes into their head, you know, bring me the Solarix, blah, blah, blah. Tanya, and this is Tanya's shtick in this comic. She's the piece. Let me try to talk to him first, and I get there is a time and place for it, but I just feel like how they're pushing Tanya, like, there's gotta be another way to do this than to fight. Like, you just walked into a war. I don't necessarily think this outside... This is a me thing. This is me being like, I think it's dumb. But it's what Tanya wants to do. I'm the person going, I'm readying my axe, and she's like, let's talk to him. Okay, so she tries to say, you know, soldiers, our fight is not with you. If you lay down your arms and go, no one needs to get hurt. So she, you know, telling the soldiers, whatever, you know, my soldiers have faith in me, Little Ranger. The Praetor doesn't care. He's like, they have faith in me. They know that I am going to be the one to save them from all of this. And Ari is feeling this is my fault. There's this whole war. It's because of what I have, but it's not. And you have Kim again. And there are people who have issues with Kim. I would like to say I am Evil Kim / Good Kim / Ranger Slayer. I like her. I like her as a character. I think she got thrown into something, and we're gonna get more of her backstory, but I love her. I really do. You don't have to like her. I understand. But I personally do like her. So she goes on to say how, you know, no one should have to be made a ranger the way you were made a ranger. Obviously thinking of the way she was... I mean, she was forced into being, you know, more or less a child soldier for Zordon, and then having to fight against Tommy, being made the evil ranger against her will. She didn't have a lot of choices in this war that she is a soldier in, but she at least goes on to say you should have had someone there to teach you, or a friend to discover your powers, to help you, to learn to fight with you. At least she had that. While she was a soldier in Zordon's army for a time, she was at least... someone, she had her friends with her, but then when she was made to serve Lord Draking, she had Finster 5. She goes on to say, Finster studied the energy, and isn't it crazy thinking back of Finster and Finster 5 and knowing his future and what happened in Shattered Grid versus Good Finster and what was going on in Soul of the Dragon. Finster, God, those characters in the TV show, you go, are the characters now that you're like, I love them. Finster, he studied the grid. He was obsessed by it. The grid generated tangible energy like the suits and the weapons. And so she goes, you know, like my little critters, the rabbits, the foxes. With the supercharge the Solarix gave us, I'm betting there's a lot more you can generate. And this is where, because they're surrounded, guys. Remember, they just morphed. They're surrounded by a bajillion ships. The Praetor is surrounding them in a giant hologram. What are they going to pull out? You want to talk about pulling a rabbit out of your hat? Paul, put your hand in. We're going to pull out Zords. Zords! In the gridless, the Morphin Energy Baron, they have found the Solarix, or a piece of the Solarix, and they get Zords. It's Rangers Unleashed. Boom. And this is Kim telling Ari, like, look, I know we just said we're gonna be a team. I need you to run. So, you know, the Praetor weapons, that's all you're gonna do. This is how you're gonna try to fight me. I've been fighting, battling people left and right all the time. You're gonna try to bring more weapons? Okay, I don't need weapons to fight you. So he starts doing that. What does he do? He's starting to get in all their heads. He's starting to get in all their heads, going on to Dark Ranger, guilty. Does Kim really know the way you were? I want to know what, and because this is, we're going to learn a lot more about Dark Ranger. Little Keeper, why are you in exile? What did you do? This is Killer. I mean, you know, Kim's Killer who will kill again, Traitor who will betray again. Do you fear their rejection half as much as you fear your own thirst for violence? Dang, that's what I want to know more about Ranger Slayer for this one. We got Cam. Hollow and numb, a suit of armor with no one inside. Who would cry for you if you were gone? I hope this is a character we get to deal with a whole lot more later. Because Cam right now doesn't give us a lot. He's got some quips. He's got some one-liners. That's about it. Little Andros playing a war. Is that gladness? Are you glad that you have your sister? Because remember, the Andros that was picked up did not know anything about Corona, whatever. He's happy he has a sister back. Is that man is guilty? Tanya, without so much doubt, you know how much is already lost. I wanted to spend a little more time on that part because I think it's going to start piecing where we're going to go in the next section. If they have this weapon, they're going to start fighting the war. And you're going to hear at the end with the Praetor basically saying that we're going to fight you from... You're going to destroy yourselves. This panel, this bit, is, I think, really big in showing us where that's going to go. Now, let's get some more of the violence and explosions and whatnot. Tanya, you'd kill your own soldiers. She tries to get into the way, and I don't know. Tanya just tried to sacrifice herself to save some of the Praetor soldiers, being the healer, being the person to try to save people. I mean, being Rangers is one thing, but come on, Tanya, don't go throwing yourself in there. Because then Mike, of course, Mike tries to throw himself in front of Tanya to save her. And then you have Ari with the Solar Ranger goes, no, guys, I'll save you. Everybody's trying to kill themselves, apparently. But Ari morph. No more cape. No more whatever. She just morphs. And guys, there is not one glitch in that girl. And, you know, Tanya saying thank you because Mike tried to off himself to save her because she... Stop trying to kill yourselves, Rangers, okay? At least for an issue or two. I'd really, really appreciate that. And yet, here we have it again. Another one. And maybe that's the Praetor's thing. Is going to get in all their heads and make them feel like it's better if they just make a big self-sacrifice and one of them ends up offing themselves. And that's how the Praetor wants to win. I don't know. Maybe. But you have Kim yelling, you know, shut him out to heckle. I can't get a signal for R anymore because she just took a massive hit. You got Cam jumping in, trying to save Tanya. Dark Rangers jumping in, trying to take a hit. Andros is still trying to keep the Praetor out of his head. And then you have, of course, Kim's like, I'm gonna save Solar Ranger, and she nearly offs herself. And then Solar Ranger saves her, and I've already been doing this 11 minutes, and they're all just keep trying to off themselves, and I know that it's like this big, huge battle, and they're all trying to save each other, but I just keep saying the words off themselves and save each other. I liked it. I really did. I don't know why it's bothering me now as much as it did maybe the first two. So it's probably like the third or fourth time I've read through this while doing this discussion. It's good, they have their character moments, but maybe this is just the issue where I go, oh, okay, I get it. And I like it, again, I like this issue. Why am I picking this apart so much? We're 12 minutes in, and I've only kind of halfway through this comic, but we do have a great little scene. Ranger Slayer is trying to run from everything. She gets hit, she's flying through time. Grace, I tried, and I'm sorry, but Solar Ranger saves her. In a nice little line, though. I won't let you fall. From now on, I'm here to catch you. Praetor, I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. We are always going to fight you. You can count on that till we're down to the bone. And here they go. It's Zord time. They get a big Zord. They take a whole bunch of them out. They flee, and he basically goes, fine, you're just going to destroy yourselves. I'm out. I'm out. And here we go. This is the first time Commander Sterling, Torona. This is Ilarian. Ari finally gets to meet, gets the handshake from Corone. Finally gets to meet the people. And welcome to Promethea. This is Ari. This is what we think is a piece of the Morphin grid. After they get back, there's a pretty big breakdown of the things that are happening in the laboratory, the bridge, the library, the bay. Think how throughout our universe and all universes, the Morphin grid endures. It is a border of existence, a foundation of life, source of power throughout reality. They have found a single shard, and look at what is happening to their ship. It's getting powered up. They're, you know, like, is this a thread? Is this, they don't know what it is. The Solaris was used for its true purpose at last. But there's some things even stronger than the grid, and they are the Rangers. If the Solaris is a piece of the grid, I think we need to find a hole in the universe where it is. Because things are going to get really big. Because of that guy. I don't know why I crapped on it so much. I actually did really like it. I'm excited that the next one's probably coming out soon because this review is obviously pretty late, but that, my friends, was Go-Go Power Rangers, or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 34. I just did Go-Go right before this, but this is Mighty Morphin 34. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thanks for watching. My thoughts, just the story in general, and see you at Mighty Morphin 34. Toodles.